Hmm. Yes. Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, tonight's statement. Finn's life is spiraling out of control in General Hospital. I mean, he lost his dad, he lost his girl, and if he's not careful, he's going to sit there and lose his little girl. Okay? We had a lot to talk about. And don't get it twisted. I'm going to sit there and drag Liz's hypocritical, judgmental, ship jumping ass woman. We got a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to be talking about all the soap operas in our hospital, Days of Our Lives, Boy the Beautiful, Young and Restless. Let's sit there and do a quick roll call and get the stream started. Ron is in the chat. What's good, Ron? Black Ma's in the chat. How you doing, aka Mr. GQ? Tanya's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Christine is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Laura B is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Yeah, thank you, Laura B. It was I'm not 100. I'm okay, Black One. I'm not 100% better, but I'm a lot better than I was yesterday. Thank you for asking. Cherry Ice Cream is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Queen of the South, how are you doing? The Queen is in the chat. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. Um, than I was yesterday. So I'm happy about that. Ron says, were you disappointed with Alex Brady and Teresa? Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I was. Absolutely, Ron. Of course. I gotta sit there and ask how the Queen is doing. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was a trash move that all three of them made. Um, especially Brady and Alex, as Alex was like, "Oh, we had this under control." It's like you didn't have under control. What are you talking about? We had a lot to talk about. Darby's in the chat. How are you doing tonight? Hope all is well with you. Hope all is good. As you're coming in, make sure you do hit the like button. Please also understand that I may not be able to get to every single comment. There is about 18 people in the chat. There is one of me. So if I miss your comment, do not sit there and take it personal. Um, eventually, I'll get to the next comment that you say or something like that. Okay. All right. Yeah, Finn's life is is spiraling out of control. Now, Liz came with a bit of judgment. How she even sat there and said, "Well, yeah, I am judging you because you're drinking." I'm like, okay. Well, Liz, when you have something bad that happens in your life, maybe you can have somebody else come in your face and then judge you of what you're doing. W says, Albert, don't be disappointed by trash people like Alex, Teresa, and Brady. Well, they are trash people, though. But it was just like, in a lot of ways, I guess you're kind of right, but still, it was a trash ass move, though. Ron says, I don't blame Caleb for being upset with Patrick keeping. But the thing is, Ron, there's a time and a place for it, right? And I said this in my review, it's like, bro, you're being a nag and you're doing this at the worst time. Her feelings was valid. Her being upset, Ron, was valid. But the fact that she decided to start lecturing him about it while he has a bullet wound in his abdomen. He has a bullet in his stomach. And she feels right then and there is the perfect time to sit there and lay in him. And all Stephanie says is, okay, well, I know she's going to be kind of harsh on you. Like, no, you shouldn't be doing this, mom. Like, he literally has a bullet in his stomach. Like, what are you doing? Like, none of that made sense. None of that made sense. Yeah, it has been. It seems like it's been a while, Laura B. But I'm like, what are you doing? Seriously, what are you doing? Um, I have to sit there and I have an idea for a video that I may or may not make. Ironically, I was inspired by somebody else to do this video. And I say ironic because while there's certain things I agree with, there's other things where I'm like, maybe you shouldn't be giving people a false sense of confidence, is all I'll sit there and say. But yeah, I was just like, this isn't the time and a seriously. This isn't the time and the place for that. Ron says, Albert, I am tired of this effing brainwash storyline. I'm like, why is John still blaming it? You know, yeah, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. I'm like, you're gonna go to Greece to pay respects for a woman that you don't even remember taking out. You don't even remember ending her life, but you're gonna fly all the way to Greece to pay respects. Like, what sense does that make? I know I'm asking a lot. What's good, Jonathan? I know I'm asking a lot as far as sense to be made from a show that brings people back from the dead like there's no tomorrow, but like I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you, Jonathan. I'm feeling a lot better. It was bad yesterday though, Jonathan. Like I literally slept for like about 11 hours. It was bad. It was really bad. And I think we have a new person in the chat, Patty Garcia. Sean, hey, Albert, GH fan Michael is acting his. Yes, he's killing it, Sean. He's killing it. Let's everyone say what's up to Patty. Patty says, I'm seriously upset that Xander still didn't get to know the truth, and now that Constantine is dead, how is he going to find out? How long will it take? Well, that's why they feel the need to be pushing this whole Xander's mom for the story. Fire guy, yes, make sure that you do hit the like button on because it really does help. We got 28 people in the chat, and I hope we get like 20 something likes because that'll be really helpful. But yes, let's welcome Patty. Kevin, I heard Jack stopped Chad dig up about digging up Abigail's grave. Oh, then Jack is wilding. Yeah, her and Jada. Her and Jada. Um Eagle Fang. Eagle Fang says it's nice that JH's Rain chasing Fang to be interested in people in the show for once. Alright, let's see where these likes are. What's good, Dolomedics? Yep, that's true. He's Bobby right now. He's not letting what you come out to play. What's good, Lisa? Of course, Patty. That's how we do. Every time we get a new person in, we always give them the warm welcome. Okay, well, nowhere near the numbers to actually want it, but All right, so we got 12 likes. You got 32 people in the chat. So yeah, if you are enjoying the stream, make sure you do hit the like button because it actually really does help. Well, that'd be interesting, Jonathan. I mean, I don't know if they'll do it, but it'd be interesting if I think maybe Stephanie probably would. Patty says, I real life Jada, she's liking Bobby. She didn't care about what his name. I don't know, she was acting like a Karen before, so. Anthony, the number one YouTuber, how are you doing tonight? LaShant is in the chat. How is John getting on your nerves? Lisa says, I can't believe Alex and Brady threw Xander under the bus. Constantine. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And, and that's the thing, Lisa. They were both acting like trash. And then Alex start acting like trash when he saw Brady and Teresa together. The minute he walks in the room, okay, I'm here now. You can leave. Beat it. I'm like, Alex, why are they making your character so much more unlikable? Why are they making him so much of an unlikable character? Patty says I feel like Jada, she's happy now to help Bobby. What his name? Not as much. Okay. Lord B says it's definitely a tough spot when Chase and Brooklyn are trying to look out for Violet when Finn has full custody and not in his right mind. Yes, exactly. And that's when you need to sit there and start taking it to a legal position. That's when you need to start thinking about maybe going about it in a legal sense. Because like Chase said, hey, listen, you want to trash your life? Fine. But you're not going to sit there and take that little girl down with you. Amy, how are you doing tonight? It's good to see you. Yeah, you said that, Jonathan. You yeah. Remember you saying that. Um, I think it will probably be Stephanie that would do something like that. Lashanta says Liz didn't try with it. No, she did not. But people listening to this saying, oh, she's doing it for her boys. She's doing it for her boys. Let me tell you something, sweetheart. Your boys are damn near grown ass adults. They are young adults at this point. What's good, Johan? They are young adults at this point. Okay. So this whole, you know, on top of that, Finn was there for her, right? And when she sat there and said, oh, well, he's not handling it well, how is he supposed to handle it? Of course, he's not handling it as well. His dad died. Like, what are you talking about? Patty says maybe Alex gonna be bankrupt when the truth comes out, or he may go for a villain. They may be laying the groundwork. Hmm, I don't know. I just know like in almost every episode, it's like the character just starts to get somewhat worse. Lisa is like seriously. Ron says Albert when Constantine's saying that he has someone else, Teresa Whiskey. Yeah, of course, but honestly, to tell you the truth, like I said, what Constantine was doing was just not making a lot of sense towards the end anyway. Like, bro, you literally just sat there and confessed the crimes that you didn't have to do. Maggie's sitting there asking for the truth, knowing that he's going to twist the knife, but she's still asking for it anyway. Like, None of that made sense. It also says, how do you think the truth about Constantine being Victor's father may come out? The mom, since Sarah is so hell bent on bringing Xander's mom into town, um, with little to a BS reason, I think that's probably the way it's going to come out. Because even today, Alex was still sitting there saying that Victor is his son. I mean, is his father. Constantine just said to him, Victor is not your father. He literally just said that. So I don't understand, like, how did that just go over his head? Filmmaker says they're making a lot of weird choices with Alex. He was a bit of a ladies' man, but he was never really a problem until the paternity thing. A problem or just kind of an asshole? Lisa says, do you think Xander committed murder? He could have shot Constantine in the leg as she told Victor. No, 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 Lisa. He didn't commit murder. He didn't commit murder. Justin says Brooke was hypocritical overreacting about Hope trying to steal Finn from Hope. Like she wasn't like Hope when she was stealing. Mm, okay, well, that's your opinion. What's good, Justin? Kevin says, "Do you think what's good, Kevin?" Kevin says, "Do you think Teresa out it?" I don't understand what that's. I don't understand what that means. Johnson says, "But remember, Xander's biological mother was also Alex's mother, and she's gone." No, I don't remember that. Well, I mean, yeah, he's gonna do whatever, but I mean, it's not like he's in the wrong. I have a problem with the fact that John doesn't know who Sam is because that makes no sense. You should know who his known associates are. Yeah, I was gonna sit there and say, I was like, Lisa says, Dolmec says Alex has a different mother. Alex's mother was Angelica. Xander has a different mom. Yeah, that's why I was like, what? Lisa says Alex and Xander do not share the same mom. Patty says, I think she reacted so strongly because she knows her daughter and remember Holt was lusting over. Yeah, but that's what it seems like. I respect the opinion. I disagree with it, but I respect it though. DC, what is good? Let's everyone say what's up to DC. Lord B says I agree. I'm a Jaggers not knowing about who Sam was. Yeah, it's very odd. I'm like, you're the FBI. How do you not know who Sam is? Like that doesn't. Justin says, "Wait, Albert, I messed up. I meant Brooke was hypocritical for over." No, no, I know what you're saying. Yeah, no, I kind of knew what you said, and I can see that DC is trolling, so that's cool. Yeah, no, I definitely do think that Patty, that Hope is lusting over Finn. Johnson says the letter they received when the assume that Alex was Victor's son came from Angelica Devereaux. Alex and she talked about her child with Victor and was actually referring to Xander. I mean, I get that, but um, people in the chat are saying that they don't have the same mom now. So that's where you lost me. That's right. DC says I am VP of Trolling Affairs here at Bostic Enterprises. How has life been for you, DC? Christine says Brooke don't like Thomas. Why would she call him to come back from Paris? To help her daughter with her line. As much as she don't like him, she would sit there and do it for her daughter. Exactly, Justin. That's why I'm sitting there like, when Liz is like, "Oh well, he's not handling it well." It's like, yeah, Liz, his dad died. Oh, Lisa says when Constantine told Alex Victor wasn't his father, Teresa cleaned it up by saying just because Victor did not acknowledge Alex as his son doesn't mean he wasn't his father. Okay, okay. DC says been good. I'm getting ready to publish research and even post videos sometime this week. Okay. DC, it's nice to know that we can actually use research in a clean sense as well, and not just in the other sense. Dylan Medic says, "What's good, Mika?" Yeah, no, I'm feeling better. Thank you, Mika. Not 100%, but feeling a lot better, though. Dylan Medic says the letter was forged to look like it came from Angelica. They changed the mother's signature and the son's name. Okay. And okay. Yeah, no, just I mean DC, yeah, exactly, Dominic, because he was like, and I'm going to be publishing some research. Oh, that's true. I tried Black Mon. I tried. Yeah, I did catch a cold for a little bit. I'm not 100%, but I'm a lot better though today. I'm glad you did, Ron, because I didn't. Johnson says Xander and Alex actually do have the same mother because Angelica is the one who gave birth to Xander, the mother that Xander and Sarah kept talking about is the woman that raised him. All right, I'm gonna have to look this up because Jonathan Smith is saying that Xander and Alex do have the same mother, and other people are sitting there saying that that's not the case. So I guess we'll see. Thank you, Christine. Yeah, I am working on my way towards that. Lisa said they did not change the son's name, only the mother's signature. Alex and Xander share the same name. DC says I gotta hop off soon. Haven't seen none of the soaps this week, and knowing I've been, yeah, that's true. DC, that is very true. If you don't want, if you don't do the homework, you're gonna get spoiled. That is actually very true. Actually, very, very, very true. Don't DC said, but truth be told, I only watch usually Thursdays and Fridays and sometimes Mondays of soaps. Oh, okay. Deluxe, how are you doing tonight? Yeah, listen, and you got Cole and Michael working overtime to sit there and try to please this man. Going way too overboard. DC says 5 episodes is 20 episodes a week. Yeah, yeah, that's actually right. Ron says Albert, Melinda and Rafe would be a better match. Jada being with him is dry. It's like watching paint dry. I don't know, I guess. Kevin says, I'm feeling Thomas and Finn fight for hope after Kiss comes out. Well, Kevin, that was just a dream. That was a fantasy. That was just a fantasy dream. That Hope came up with. Yeah, Lord B, isn't that great? Well, in Victor's mind, that's how Victor rolls. Johnson says Alex and Xander don't have the same name. Alex is Alexandra, and Xander is Alexandrios. Have a good night, DC. I don't know about this whole same mother thing. So I know somebody's right and somebody's wrong. I know that much. Charlene, yes, thank you. I'm feeling a lot better. Thank you for asking. Appreciate you. Susan R. That's the thing, Kevin. I feel like they have separate moms. Ryan, what comments are you talking about? No one was listening to talking about them. Where are you getting your information from? Thank you, Susan. I'm starting to. I'm starting to. You know me, I don't like Snither not doing a stream, but I appreciate it. Thank you, Susan. But like literally after those 2 reviews, I just went to sleep. So I slept for like 11 hours yesterday. It was bad. Lisa says they don't have the same mother. You will see when she comes to town because Justin will know. But no, thank you, Susan. Lashanta, why did Brooklyn annoy you today? Del Medic says, remember Angelica died a couple years ago during her scheme to replace Alexandra with Bonnie's. Sarah is currently trying to contact Danner's very alive mom. Hey, Jonathan, where are you getting this from? Yeah, I'm like, Jonathan, where? I mean, I don't. You're my guy and everything like that, but where you getting this stuff from? Angelica would have given birth to Xander years before she met Justin. Yeah, I don't know where you're getting this stuff from. Alexis Jagger probably knows who Sam is and is trying to find something else to keep Jason under his thumb. Well, let's hope so, because if I hope you're right, Deluxe. I really do. Okay. That was my point though. Like, why does she look like she was upset? Like she looked like she was about to start crying, and I was like, "What are you? What does this podcast cost? Is it on YouTube? Ron says, I was watching another live podcast with Lady T and J Money. They were saying that what next for Deacon and Sheila, they will like no baby storyline, and I disagree with their opinion. Well, that's fine, Ron. You can disagree with their opinion. Ain't that crazy, Sean? He was such a slow, but he couldn't help Trina. Well, he couldn't help Trina, and yeah, sure. I don't remember that episode, Jonathan, but we'll see if anyone else does. Ron, is this podcast on YouTube? But okay. Now Dolomedic said the letter was forged. That's why Angelica's signature was on the letter. They changed the son and the mother's name. That's all they had to change for the scam to work. Hmm. Ron says so corner and it's on YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna look for that. Exactly, Charlene. And so when Liz just decided to dump him like that, it's like Liz, Liz. How you doing tonight, Amber? I agree, LaShanta. Jake annoyed me too. Oh wow. Wow. Which I'm not gonna lie, when Katie just walked on in, when Katie just walked on in Bill's place, I was like, yo, has this chick lost her damn mind? Like, you don't know if he's sitting there bumping and grinding with this chick, and you just walk your little ass on in there. Like, yeah, that's how most of those men are, especially with men that has power, that's, that has money and power like that. Yes, yeah, that's very true, Jonathan. He's still annoying with that though. Well, here's the better question now, Lashanta. Why does everyone care so much about what Katie has to say? Yeah, Lobby. It was. Oof. I'm like, just walk in somebody else's place like that. Exactly, Deluxe. I'm like, Johnson says Jake clearly still has resentment. Yeah, that's putting it mildly. Yeah, Amber, I'm still sick. Better than yesterday, but I still have a cold. Gomez says Katie is using that I saved your life pass to walk into Bill's place. She's too comfortable like Liam is with Steffi. Yeah, she's yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I was thinking about doing a review on it, but Susan says I think Poppy is playing Katie. She knows Katie still thinks she can have Bill. That's right. What's good, Duan? Yeah, I mean, I watched it the other day. I'm not fully better, but yeah. What's good, Duan? Christine says Kate and Hope needs to sit down and stay in their lane. I like that. I like that. I agree with that. Yep, and you just wrote the same sentence. Um, what's good, Gemini? Oh, okay. Yeah, not a fan of it. Oh, and happy late birthday, Gemini. Yeah, I'm not reading that. But, thank you, Ron, for making me go through finding another word to block. So that's really awesome of you. Oh, of course, Gemini. Ben is so naive. Listen, I don't know. Finn, Steffi shouldn't be sitting there oh, telling Finn who he should be spending time with. Like, I think that's a out of pocket thing. Let's be honest. You sit there saying that Finn is so naive, but yet Steffi sitting there holding that big ass secret of kissing Liam not once but twice and not saying anything about it. So yeah, thank you, Ron, for making me go through more work. I really appreciate that. And I'm being sarcastic if you couldn't tell. Gemini says I feel bad for Finn because a parent's death is very difficult. Yeah, it is, and it requires patience and understanding. Not you just jumping ship and being judgmental. Like, are you kidding me? And then people are sitting there championing that, like, oh, well, she's doing it for her boys. Oh, she doesn't want to have to deal with the same thing that she dealt with Lucky. Okay, well then get therapy for that. And with Lucky was different because Lucky and Liz shared a child together. Don't give me that whole trying to compare her trauma with Lucky to her relationship with Finn. Johnson says, when do you think Finn will find out that Luna is Bill's daughter? Not sure. Not too sure. But I mean, I don't know how would I don't understand how it'd be that much of an impact for Finn though. Duan says Poppy isn't that cute either. The only two beautiful women he messed with is Brooke and Quinn. Yeah. Gemini says I'm watching Hope side eye for dreams of Finn. Damn girl, get a new man or something. Oh, she is going to get a new man. She's going to get somebody else's man. And I think that's in some ways that's why it was so messy. Because like Susan said, I'm just glad that Finn and Liz are over. The how isn't even really important. It's just that they're over. And that's why and that's why this is so sloppily put together. Because they knew people didn't like Hope and Finn. They knew that people didn't like Liz and Finn together. So it didn't really matter how they broke up. That's why this comes across as so bad and why Liz looks like the enemy. And she honestly, to tell you the truth, she looks really bad in the situation. Johnson says, well, Luna's brother is his wife's ex. Oh, I mean, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I don't see it that much as a big deal, but um, you know, that's the thing, Jonathan. I haven't seen them bump heads where it would be like it's a big deal. Like they don't have any animosity towards each other or anything like that. And hell, Bill actually wound up saving Finn's life in a way. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think it would be anything like contentious or anything like that. You know, that's why I don't think it's that big of a deal. Gemini says Finn and Liz are boring, but her telling his business instead of trying to help him is wrong. She could have talked to Chase instead of her boss. Yeah, no, Sean, he is killing it. Yeah, that's the general consensus. Everyone is happy that Finn and Liz are done. How would happen? I just remember Cynthia just read. I just remember Cynthia reading that same damn comment over and over and over again about how Liz is doing the right thing and you know she should. Christine says Finn needs to go check on Lee, Poppy, and Luna to see what's going on with them now. Um, yes, I did, Jonathan. I did. I think the only reason why she broke up with him so fast is because the fans didn't want them together. That's my honest opinion, Jonathan. That's my honest opinion. She gave up on him so fast because the fans did not want them together. And it just got to a point where it's like the writers just came up with whatever they could have. And it made her come across as super flaky. And it's unfortunate, but you know, Lashanta says I like when Finn told Brooke for one she's not gonna get her way. Oh yes, I forgot about that. Ron says, Albert, why won't Stefan just admit that she still wants Everett because she never didn't admit it. I mean, she's not just gonna come out and sit there and say, I want Everett. I mean, yeah, Jonathan, I do if they give her a good story, you know. If they give her a good story, then I'm with it, you know. Yeah, if they give her a good story. Um Ron says, oh, yeah, I just said that. I don't know about the whole self-loathing thing, but Yeah, don't make and again, and yeah, apparently they had a whole campaign. Like, see, don't make this is where sometimes like some of the fandom, I can't. Alyssa J was good, love. I hope you're well. But that's what forced them to write such a sloppy ending with those two. Lashanta says Adam wanted Newman Media, but now Victor mad at Nikki about Jack. Yeah, Victor's always sitting there moving his family around like chess pieces. Liz says, I am very well. Okay, I'm very happy to hear that then. You know, when you're happy, I'm happy. Domax says it's funny that this is where the GH writers listen. Do we need to start making hashtags? Alyssa says, and Domax says, howdy, Alyssa. Alyssa says, Alex is ungrateful, hoping Steffi got on my nerves, and yes, Victor is back to his old tricks. Johnson says, people were so sure that Finn would end up being Luna's father. Really? I think I might have, and that might have happened, or that might have not, I don't remember that. Hmm. I don't remember a lot of people actually sent this, maybe it wasn't in my comment section. I said that offhandedly, but I think that more people felt that it was going to be Bill than Finn. Just because of that connection with Lee and everything. Listen, you saw how she walked on in Bill's place again. You saw how she just decided to walk her little narrow. And listen, why is everyone asking how does Katie feel about the situation? This is another thing. Her idiotic family is that they're gassing this chick's head up. Ron says because Albert definitely looks miserable because whoever is she going to be with Chad is um okay. I don't really get what you're saying, but I don't think that she looks miserable. I think she looks concerned. Who else is she going to be with Chad is? Yeah, I mean, yeah, I get it. She doesn't have a lot of options. No, I got that part wrong. Listen, yeah, I saw that. I'm not a Poppy fan, but Katie is going to start ish with her because it's now out in the open that Luna is Bill's daughter. And yeah, exactly. Listen, you saw Brooks and they're telling, oh, by the way, Luna is Bill's father. I'm like, Brooke, why are you sitting there telling other people stuff that you shouldn't be doing? No, I get the plausible reason, Jonathan. I guess the part that bothers me, and that's a plausible reason, but it's also a reason that just kind of pisses me off though too. Um, Unless those damn Logans. But see, that's the part that just pisses me off because it's like unless it concerns. Yeah, exactly. Because I'm like, unless it concerns her son, it's none of her damn business. Like her feelings are invalid. Dolometic says Katie is the princess of LA. Between Prince Katie and Queen Steffi, they are allowed to walk in folks' house. Yeah, had to do it. Had to bring it back, Laura B. Had to bring it back. It may be a little kind of under the weather, but gorgeous Queen Janet, hey everyone. I'm disappointed it was a dream, but hope and fin. I kind of thought about it. Somebody said that in my comment section. It was like, okay, most likely that's a dream. Exactly, Alyssa. She's like a child that didn't want to play with her toy, and then when somebody else started playing with it, then she got upset. Janet says Katie is totally pretentious, not a fan. Yes, exactly. Very accurate, Janet. Lashanta says, I think everyone's wrong. That's private. RJ started it. You're correct. No, she does not, Alyssa. And I sat there and then what she did, Alyssa, I don't know if you noticed, she slammed the door. Like she still is owner of that place. Because she heard Poppy talking about how they're living it up and everything like that, which honestly, to tell you the truth, so what? And she had the audacity to slam the goddamn door. I was like, lady, you are so out of pocket. Mm. Jay Blue says all the things Finn said to Liz yesterday, he probably wanted to say to her the day she walked with her judgmental face. Damn right, Jay Blue. Like I said, that was so annoying. Like Eric was like, but you must have some sort of feelings about how do you feel about like Eric, you're my guy and everything like that, but shut your ass up, dog. Bill Mack says Katie and Bill do this to each other. As soon as Katie gets a dude, then Bill will be nosy. They go in circles. Yeah, that sounds so annoying. Johnson says, is Katie not happy with Carter? I think Katie is like I said, Katie just has that childish way of when somebody else is playing with a toy that she no longer wants to play with, but somebody else starts playing with it, then she gets upset. Alyssa says Katie blew her chance with Bill, so she needs to move on. Maybe she needs to get back with Carter, like touch some grass or do something for herself. Yes. QQ, Law Finn told Liz that they both know people who are recovering blank addicted who still drink booze. Who do they mean? What? Kiki. I think that's how you pronounce your name. Kiki. Let's everyone say what's up to Kiki. Exactly. Begged her for a whole damn year. Janice says, I like the chemistry between the two at the pool today. I don't think there was a pool scene today, but let's welcome Kiki. But yeah, apparently that's a trait that they both do. Janice says Brooke hit the sheets with Eric and Rich and the deck. Yeah, yeah, that's a weird thing. Like, even if that's not my biological father, the fact that you've been with somebody who I consider a dad and now we doing it, nah, that's just nah. I can't do that. Mm, thank you, Francis. Yeah, I'm starting to. I'm starting to. Francis says, "Hey, Albert, everyone. Hope you're." Yeah, I'm starting to. And how are you doing tonight, Francis? That's true. Listen, it's annoying. It's annoying. Yeah, and that's the thing, Alyssa. Every time somebody asks her how does she feel about the bill situation, it's like her feelings don't matter. Unless it concerns her child, her feelings don't matter. LaShanta says Katie didn't want Carter. She couldn't get over Bill's feelings for Brooke. Glad to hear that, Francis. Glad to hear that. I don't know. LaShanta probably in the attic with Paris and Moses and Monica and Terry and Brad and Lucas. Yeah, I can see that, Alyssa. I can see that. I do somehow see this immature little child sitting there playing games. Duan said Zende is at Degrassi. And I've been seeing a lot of clips from that show. You know, on YouTube, when you watch a clip or something, then they'll sit there and recommend you like nine other clips of that particular show. Jay Blue says, once in a blue moon, Hulu lets me watch a show with all ads. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, Jay Blue, it seems like Hulu is being a little generous. Yeah, the scene with Sam, Janet, and the fact that John didn't know who Sam was made no sense. Johnson says it's too bad One to Live isn't still on. I could see Pikeman being a threat to characters on both shows. It could lead up into a big crossover. Yeah, if only. Francis says Finn on B&B needs to stop letting Steffi dictate who he can and can't associate with. He needs to stand up for himself. Yes, Francis, he needs to sit there and act like he has some balls. I think that was the problem when he decided to go with Steffi. He gave up his balls, and yep, that's what happens. That's what happens, Jada. When you sit there and you're going out with somebody like Steffi, um, apparently you give up your balls in exchange. Jaden Blue said, "I don't know why it happened, but I'm not complaining." And complaining about what? Hmm. I mean, I've seen her in hotter stuff, so but you know, teach his own, I guess. Nah, Jay Blue, I think they were just being generous. To be fair, Peacock does that every now and then. When I'm watching Days, they'll just sit there and just let it play. Every now and then. Yuan says she shouldn't go back to Bill. It would cheapen the character of Katie Logan. Cheapen the character of Katie Logan. I mean, you're right in a sense. Um, Autumn, hey, I think Finn. I think with Finn, they should just let him hit rock bottom until he wants the help for himself, because nobody can force a person to get help until they want it from. That's true. That's true. Autumn. That is 100% true. And that's how it is in real life too, Autumn. Francis says Finn on Jace is definitely self-destructing. I think Liz will try to get custody of Violet. Um, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, to be fair, that is that is her niece. So Christine says Steffi needs to protect her marriage to Finn and tell Liam stop bad mouthing Finn. Well, apparently Hope is a bad influence. Well, okay. I mean, I feel like that's just a trait in general, but okay. Gemini says Finn lost his mom and now his dad. He's going through it exactly. And Liz just dipping like that didn't help. I mean, it's possible legally, Duan. Autumn says, Albert, did they say whatever happened to Violet's mom, Aiden? Because no, they didn't. Autumn, they've never said what happened to Violet's mom. Nope. Gemini says Liz can't keep her own kid out of that bar. She can't raise Violet. Johnson says I'm looking at an unaired CW pilot for 2012. It's called The Selection. Hmm. Well, I mean, if you read did you read the description? Do you think it's a good show? It sounds catchy. I said the same thing, Jay Blue. It could have been. Hmm. That's unfortunate, Jonathan, because, I mean, what we got now, it's crap. It's crap. There's no other way to put it. Gemini says Liz is really annoying me because she went against everyone to get Franco help, and now you're treating Finn like crap. Yeah, it's unfortunate, Jonathan, that this is what it's come down to now. Family game night. F boys. Really? You canceled a bunch of shows to bring in a show called F Boys? Yeah. And Gemini is 100%. Oh, I can't do that to my boys. You invited a so-called criminal convicted sociopath into your family's life, but Finn? Whoa. Francis says, yeah, Liz is really treating Finn awful. He just lost his father and needs help. So self-righteous. Yep. Well, Jonathan, let's put it this way. The fact that it had two seasons, is too damn many. Exactly, Dewan. And Sean said GH Trina needed a grief story like Finn. Yeah, they did. Instead of whatever that they gave her, which wasn't much, and it's actually unfortunate. Was good, Big Nate? They were okay for the most part. Well, that's a little different, Duan. Ava doesn't have a problem with drinking. Gemini says Franco kidnapped, Franco killed, kidnapped, and many, many more. But the tree house T. Liz loved him anyway. Liz can't judge anyone. Thank you, Lobby. Thank you. Make sure you do hit that like button. Gorgeous Queen Cat Lady. Liz showed her true colors all the time. Yeah, and I didn't even sit there and think about the whole Franco part. And that's the thing, like, they just wanted them apart, so they didn't really care how they did it. Johnson says, "I think we get to the point. I think we get to. I think we'll get to a point where we have all places to deliver the kind of content that the CW used to give us. Hopefully, from your lips to God's ears." Susan says, "I was so disappointed Constantine died before telling Xander he is Victor's son." Yeah, well, they had to sit there and find a way to shoehorn this whole Xander's mom coming into town. So Ron says, I expected Albert to want Jason to kick Finn's behind. Why? Why would you expect Jason's expected you expected to want Jason to kick Finn's behind? Okay. Lord says, I think the inconsistency is Liz had to do with the upheaval in the writing room. Kelly says, I watched yesterday's days. What'd you thought of it? Gorgeous Queen Jess is in the chat. What's good, Lady J? J Blue says, saw a whole smelly white footage of himself going into John's room and his personal stuff at the pool. Well, I mean, once he gets caught by the FBI for even using that access, it's going to be a wrap anyway. Probably. I don't even remember yesterday. So I'll just take your word for it, Jonathan. Oh, okay. That's cool. But yeah, no, Liz was definitely out of pocket today and yesterday. And then she's like, "Oh, well, we broke up." No, we didn't break up. You broke up with him. You abandoned ship. Let's be very clear about that. You champion a damn psychopath, a sociopath like Franco, but Finn is going through a death and grieving his dead dad, and now you decide to jump ship? Like, yeah, okay, but whatever. Just as maybe I'm crazy, but I see where Finn is coming from. Johnson says you don't remember the whole blowout with Constantine. I remember that part. I don't know. I was a little kind of sick yesterday, to be honest, John. It's like once I did my review, that was about it. I slept for like 11 hours, so I do remember that part. Yeah, I think you're probably right about that. Just said Liz really hasn't been there for Finn at all. She's been there to sit there and judge him. She's been there to sit there and judge him. And listen, I mean, I get that he is in a very dark place, right? But he's not there just because he's there. See, the problem with that is that they keep trying to conflate the two things, right? Like, I'm not getting it either, but you know, to be honest, I'm not fully. Just says his dad died at his house, like they need to let him deal with it in his own way. See, the problem, yes and no, because he has a little one, right? So like that's the issue also. I think there needs to be a certain level of grace, right? And that's where Liz Smith is showing her ass. Okay, when she literally came. By the way, yeah, I give you a key. That didn't mean you get to just literally. Well, oh goddamn, Liz. Listen. I mean, he did sit there and like lose his dad, but okay. Um, yeah, I'm just saying, like, the dude literally lost his dad, and you're like, oh, he's a loser. I'm like, okay, it's kind of harsh. Exactly. The dude is literally hurting. He just lost his dad. Yeah, when you just jump ship like that, yeah. Johnson says, Liz has let a man with a history of various crimes into her life, but when Finn is under the influence, that's when she draws the line. Very true. Very true, Jonathan. That is 100% true right there. But Lisa says, I hope they don't kill Finn off or send him out of town because of the drinking like they did to AJ. But like I said, I think this whole breakout, this whole breakout was done very sloppy, and it was done because people didn't like Finn and Liz together. So that rather than actually have them break up over something that's like a little bit more understandable, they just went with this route. And it's unfortunate because in a lot of ways it makes Liz look bad. It makes Liz look bad. It makes her come across as very judgmental, very inconsistent. Like Jonathan said, yeah, no problem that they're dating Franco. So let's not sit there and start talking about, oh, how I'm doing this for my boys, which are teenagers, by the way. Let's not go there. Um, Jay Blue says, why did Brendan really want to talk to Anna? I guess he definitely would have killed Anna if she didn't arrest him first. Why did she get upset about that though? You know? Why did she look like she was about to cry? And why is he giving her a heads up for? I didn't even understand that. Oh, I mean, are you asking me, Alyssa, or are you asking other people in the chat? Because I explained why, so I don't know. Are you talking to me? Or are you talking to somebody else in the chat? But exactly, Lashanta. Um, well, why did Brennan even give her a heads up though? Yeah, it really didn't make any sense. So I don't even get that. Like sometimes he start doing stuff, it's like it doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense. Was good, Double C, and that was it right there. People didn't like them together. Well, for me, and this is my opinion, I'm gonna stand by this. I think she should have stuck it out. I think she should have personally stuck it out. I think that she should have had a little more compassion for him when he was sitting there grieving his father's death. You know, Instead of and she literally came in there and said, "Yeah, I'm judging you because you're drinking right now." Well, of course he's drinking. His dad just died. Like, what are you talking about? Adam, what's good, Adam? What's good, Island Breeze? I mean, don't get me wrong. Stuck stuck what out? The relationship. I think that they broke up way too fast and way too easily. Don't get me wrong. You walking in and seeing your partner kiss another person, that's obviously going to sit there and make you pissed off and angry. But the excuses for him, well, it's not really in this. But that's the thing, though. It's just like, yeah, you wanted them to break up because you didn't like them together, which is fine. But I mean, if someone's dad's dying, I wouldn't exactly call that an excuse, but um, sure. And yes, welcome, Adam. Jay Blue said, if I was Liz, I would have just sat with Ben, be silent, help pack Gregory's stuff, be present. Sean said, GH Finn, well, yeah, listen, that's what happens sometimes when you sit there and you grieve. And some people grieve differently. And it doesn't make it right, but it makes it real. Sean says, GH Finn grieving story is better than anything the Liz character had in years. You're right. Albert G's writers didn't care how they broke the characters up. No one cared about them together. Exactly. That's the truth of the matter. Which is like, okay, fine. You want to sit there and do it in a smart way where people be like, okay, you know what? I understand. This, yeah, they didn't care. So yeah, so that too, LaShanta just said this is the most interesting Finn has been, so I want to see where they go with the story. Yeah, that's true, Jess. Lisa says, well, Finn did bring a woman home that must have killed her. And I get that, Alyssa. But see, the thing is though, like we don't all grieve the same way, right? We don't all grieve the same way. And I'm not sitting there saying the way he's doing it is right. You know, I don't want to sit there and say there's a proper way of grieving, but that just means that you're stronger than maybe somebody else that may be dealing with the same issue or the same circumstance. You know, you were able to control yourself, which is a great thing. But not everyone actually has that though. That has that mental fortitude that can be able to do that. So while you're able to do that, which is great, doesn't mean that somebody like maybe even me could do, if that makes sense. Double C says Liz was like throw the deuces to Finn. I'm like, what? Yeah, no, I get the Violet thing, Alyssa, but I'm just, Lashanta says what Sam was saying about Jason lied to her when, um, to tell you the truth, Jonathan, it seems like another one of his let's move my family around like chess pieces on a board. I mean, I agree with that, Alyssa. But that's what it came across. Yeah, exactly. Just him moving his family around like chessboard pieces. And of course, he had to sit there and punish Nikki because how dare you go to somebody else um, and Jack out of all people, you know? We can agree to disagree on that, Alyssa. We can agree to disagree on that because again, you're sitting there holding somebody else up to your standards, and I don't think that that's a fair thing to do. Yuan says GH fan deserves our compassion as much as you can muster for a fictional character. Oh, hmm. I gotta try to see about maybe getting Amazon next month because I do want to watch it, even though they do show it like week. They'll show like one episode per week, and I'm also still watching the Accolades on Disney Plus. I do want to watch it though. I got some other stuff I want to watch on there as well. So we shall see. Vashanta says he plays his part. Who plays his part? Well, yeah, Lisa, and he probably should lose his job. I don't think that he should be sitting there operating on anyone while he's drunk. Oh, Finn plays his part. Yeah, no, I get it. He plays his part. Um, well, okay, listen, I see where you're going. We can agree to disagree on that. Tom. Yep, I feel the same way. Cherry ice cream. Feel the same way. Lashanta says Portia will be watching Han and popping blank tests. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, Lashanta, I feel like at this point she probably should be doing that, you know? Susan R. says now Violet has lost Elizabeth Chase in Brooklyn after just losing her grandfather because Finn told them all to leave him alone. Yeah. Solomon, what is good? Shanta says, do you feel Chase is shattered and naive? You mean when it comes to a defense situation? No. Um, you could feel you can be sad, but also give tough love at the same time. So I don't think that he's being naive about the situation, because he's realized that Finn is only going to get help when he reaches rock bottom, when he wants to get help. Just as I just don't think they should be trying to get Violet away so quick, at least not for now. Yeah, Sean, exactly. And where's Tiger at? Where's Tiger at? Simon says, why our show was boring as hell today. I could care less about Victor's business plan with Adam, and the who Bill Luna Poppy situation on B&B is weird. I think Katie is acting on some real ish. Just says, or at least be smart about him. Go to his house and spend time there watching over Finn and Violet, or and or babysit. I get both sides of it. I get what you're saying, but I also get the knee jerk reaction to sit there and try to make sure that Violet is protected. You know, because you don't even a potential danger can sometimes be enough to want to get that child out of a bad situation. That's the thing, Jess. Sometimes the potential danger is enough to be like, you know what? We're not even going to let it get that far. Jay Blue said there's no grounds for dismissal for Finn currently. All his drinking has been on his personal time if he goes to work drunk. Yeah, that's true. Jay Blue says Tiger's under a bridge drinking out of a flask. Lisa says Finn has too many regrets about his father. That's why he's spiraling out of control. Getting his father's forgiveness wasn't enough. He can't forgive himself. Yes. But yes, I'm saying the potential danger. Saying the potential danger. Yeah, there hasn't been any danger yet, but that doesn't mean that there won't be any danger. And like I said, sometimes the potential danger is enough. And it may come across, yes, a knee jerk reaction. When you're having a little one, when there's a little one that's involved, it's a little bit different. That's the thing, Jess. Just says, I don't live on what could be or what if. If nothing has happened yet, they can hold off at least. I get it, Jess. And trust me, I'm not saying that you're wrong, because on some level, I do get what you're saying, but I also get what other people are saying no too. Yes, Jess, he can be totally fine not drinking, and it can still something bad happens. When you already know there's going to be a risk factor, it kind of ups the scale on, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. But when there's already a risk factor in place, it already ups the scale on how worried should I be. Solomon says to make Albert throw up those noodles. Oh no, I'm good on that. But I mean, hey Solomon, I appreciate the joke. I appreciate the joke that you and Kyrie's and what you call it has fostered. But yeah, Jess, that's more the issue I could see where it's, that could be a problem. Um, yeah, it could be a problem, Melissa. But yeah, like I said, I don't know. At the end of the day, the fans that didn't like Liz and Finn together got what they wanted. Didn't exactly really have to make a lot of sense, but at this point, most people don't really care. So, Duan says, I don't think they can take violent unless Finn proves to be a danger to his child. Yeah. Lord B says, this is a tough situation when you don't know how to correct, when you don't know the correct solution when there is a young child involved. Yes. Lashanta says, when Liz went in front of the board, have an idea, Blue, when Liz went in front of the board to keep her job, Finn helped her for her to tell Portia was wrong. I thought it was, I thought it didn't really make a lot of sense. I thought it didn't make a lot of sense because when she told her about Finn's drinking, she also said, hey, listen, I'm telling you this as a friend, but you can't tell your boss to take what I'm saying as a friend. Like that didn't, you know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't. Okay, we got a trolling comment number one. Ava drinks every day those martinis. And trolling comment number two. Simon says we need a nice hot Victor and Nikki love scene. Oh yeah, definitely, Lisa. But yeah, no, you're right, Solomon. That's what the fans need. They need a hot They need a hot scene, a hot scene with Victor and Nikki in love. And Alyssa, I'm pretty sure Duan was actually trolling with that comment. So you can kind of take that comment with a grain of salt, to be honest, Alyssa. But I don't know. Like I said, Alyssa, just it's a trolling comment. Let's not put that much. That comment is morally just to be taken as a joke. Lashanta says, I got seasick watching Jack and Diane. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot they actually. Yeah, I forgot that they actually did have a scene. I think it was like 2 years. Oh, okay. I just want to make sure. Listen, I totally forgot they actually did that. Hmm. Well, Solomon, I do stand by the fact that I still feel that Nikki is radiant. Okay. Right? Okay, listen, I was like, I didn't want you to sit there and like, get upset with his comment. That's all. Listen, I was like, nah, he's joking. He's joking. Um, but I do stand by that. I was like, yo, listen, Nikki is glowing. Make sure, yes, thank you, Terry. Can hit that goddamn like button. Yes, to see, listen, now, God, thank God, we can actually agree on that. Alex has been acting like a dick, but yeah, that's one thing we can totally agree on. Yeah, make sure you hit that like button. Where are we with the likes? I actually have to hear my voice for a minute. Yeah, Jesus Christ, that's what I sound like. Yeah, people listen to me. Um, but yeah, she felt the need to sit there and lecture her husband while he actually had a hole in his stomach. Oh, he's going to be. Yeah, I'm sorry, I actually had to click off that fast. So I couldn't stand hear my own voice. Oh, okay. I guess we're on par. We're good. 41 likes, 42 people in the chat. We're on point. Yuan says, I'm that one dislike. You know, it's funny. I think yesterday somebody actually hit the dislike button on it was my Days of Our Lives review. Oh, Jess, I still remember when you actually said that you hit the dislike button on my Nina Nation video. And she actually said that shit too. She was like, I disliked that video. Oh, okay, Jess. Lisa says, what if John Man Constantine's twin brother in Grace? Oh, hell to the no. Just Ella, that's what I was thinking of. Are you still Nina? Absolutely, Jess. I am still Nina Nation. And no. We don't need to be thinking about that. We need to be thinking about why you hit the goddamn dislike button. That should not be the sentence that I should be looking at. Alyssa, Alex finding out he isn't Victor's son will humble him. I bet. Yeah, I can see them using that trope too. Alyssa. That's right. That's right, love. Nina effing Nation. You'll be a part of that too, Jess. Start acting like that. But yeah, I can see them. I can see them using some trope like that. Yeah, I can see them doing some dumb ish like that. Unfortunately, I can see them doing something like that. I mean, they had aliens apparently. So Duan says, I just don't watch videos I know I'm going to dislike. Mm. Well, Jess, you're gonna be part of that squad too. So and then and then after we'll sit there and we'll laugh about it. You'll be like, you were right. Like it's cool. I just had to educate you again. What happened, love? What happened? Well, she gonna get hers. Solomon says Mariah, Tess, Abby, Tucker, Kevin, Chloe could all leave. Why not? Could all leave. Why not? Hmm. Well, Kevin, I can see. Chloe, and she's not really worth a damn. Or, or they could give them actual good storylines. Why should she be happy that they broke up? Why should she be glad? Yeah, I do too, Jonathan. It's crazy that they treat him like he's the devil. Though. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's not exactly perfect, and he he does have a way of doing some very sus stuff to try to justify his actions. And he came in there. So Duan's going to start a page about Carter and Steffi. Okay. Listen, I'm glad Jada was sharing scenes with Kayla today. Jada really felt bad for Everett. Mm, that's true. Happy night, LaShanta. I mean, to be fair, they should have never been together from jump, you know? Salmon says, I think a storyline. Yes, have a good night, LaShanta. Salmon says, I think a storyline with Wyatt from B&B coming to General City and sleeping with Chloe and getting her pregnant while her and Kevin are trying for a baby would be interesting. Yeah, I, I don't understand the choice that they got for the play her boyfriend or her husband. I don't get the choice, the actor's choice. I don't get that. Like that, and I've said that before in my reviews. When it comes towards Kevin being Chloe's husband, it's not really making a lot of sense for me. Well, listen, if it gets her away from that craziness with what you call it, and how you doing tonight, Tammy? Just as what you thought about what happened with Hope and Finn. I had a feeling it was going to be a fantasy sequence. I had a feeling it was going to be a fantasy sequence. Um, I think Steffi's not there being upset with how much time that Finn is spending with Hope is kind of laughable, seeing how she kissed Liam twice months prior and didn't say anything. But now she wants to be all super bossy, talking about, oh, well, I think Hope is a bad influence on you. And I think that she's putting ideas into your head. Like, what are you talking about? Because just it didn't make a lot of sense. That's the problem. From Finn's point of view, I can see Hope doing something like that. Yeah, but it's also popcorn kettle black in a sense, you know. But in some ways, I do see where Steffi is coming from. Sean said Cindy Watcher's character, not with Sunny. I hope she doesn't leave the show. Don't like her with Drew. Yeah, I hope she doesn't leave either. No, Solomon. It's just like, in a sense, yeah. It just doesn't make sense. That's the problem, Solomon. It just doesn't make sense. And it's like we all see it doesn't make sense. And they could have had a different casting, and they chose not to. Johnson says, I'd rather see Melinda Jonas, Margaret Grant, daughter return to Salem and go back and forth with Alex, with them eventually getting together. I don't know who that is, but it just, it didn't make a lot of sense for Finn's part, you know? Like when that whole kiss thing happened, it was like, wait, what is going on? Like I can see Hope throwing herself on the Finn, but not the other way around. Now, if Finn found out about that kiss, then I can see him doing that. Then and only then I can see him doing that. But other than that, no. No, it really didn't make a lot of sense. Um, but yeah, I think that's what it really comes down to. And my whole thing is like all hopelessness they're saying is like, Finn doesn't have a voice in his own marriage sometimes. Like if he wants to sit there and be cordial to Sheila, then he should be able to be cordial to Sheila. But but Steffi comes across as very controlling and constantly talks about how I'm putting my foot down. Uh, Steffi, you need to calm yourself. They're talking to this man like he's your property. Just as he could be, but it's not the smart move. Yeah, Jess, and that's unfortunate. It is damn sure unfortunate. Solomon says Finn and Hope have lower chemistry, just a little. And like I said, Jess, I said this before you got into the chat. I was like, yo, listen, Finn don't have balls. This is why he let Stuffy just sit there and just run his ish. I'm like, no, that ain't cool. And that's I think that's also probably part of the problem. Um, they don't really have a lot of characters, right? So it's like they can only go in a certain direction. Oh, Johnson says her name is not Melinda, it's Melanie. And the character was before you started watching. Okay, Melanie. Okay, thank you. I like that. That that was a perfect way to sit there and get me to um read that name right. Solomon says, Albert, since you've been watching GH for a while, I have a question. Do you think the guy who plays Sean Butler is a good actor? I think he's a decent actor. I don't think he's a good actor. I think he's a decent actor, though. I think he's a decent actor. That's all I sit there and say. And it's unfortunate, Solomon, because it's like they didn't really give him a lot of material to sit there and really see how far his range could go. So I can, I've only seen him on that show, so I can only base his performance on that show. And on GH, he's a decent actor. Now, if he did anything outside of that, then be able to judge. But for right now, I would sit there and say decent actor. Are y'all talking about Stephen Law? I don't know who said Stephen Law. Might have been James. James might have actually said that. Okay, good. At least I had the thank you, Josh. At least I had the character's name right. Stephen Lar Weber. Sean says Hat Daddy's a good actor. He doesn't have a story, but wins Emmys. Yo, Sean, he wins Emmys all day. He's a supporting character. And you know what? You know what, Sean? He's going to win another award next year too. He's going to win another award next year also. And when he does, you can sit there and say that I was right. And if he doesn't, you can sit there and say Albert was wrong. But I'll sit there and say that day he's going to win it though. Solomon says Albert okay because I was wondering how he could do it if he was cast as the father of the family on the Gates. I think he would do well. I think he would do well. I, if the Gates can challenge him in a way, then I think he would actually do really well, or at least I would hope he would do really well. Johnson says I always thought Trevor would be a good cast in that role. I don't see that, but okay. If you do, I respect it. Lisa says what happened to Ivy. I can't believe B&B did not use her more. They need new writers. Yeah, I almost forgot about her. Um, they totally forgot about that. Like they really did. I know they're gonna probably bring her annoying ass back at some point, but I mean they kind of. I feel like they sort of have to in a sense because that is Sean Caden's daughter. I heard. I don't know how true that is. So I guess we'll just wait and see. Oh no, I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about. Um, I don't see it personally, but oh, she was just temporary. Okay. Hmm. Oh, I'm not bummed out by it. The minute she came in, she was super thirsty for Liam, and at that point, it just already turned me off. I was like, "No, nah, I'm good." Like literally, I was like, "No, nah, I'm good. I'm good now." But I'm gonna sit there and end the stream right here. I do want to thank you all for watching. This was actually a lot of fun. I appreciate y'all welcoming me back and everything. Um, it was a rough one yesterday. I'm not gonna lie, but thank you everyone for your patience and your understanding, and I really do appreciate it. Johnson says I was thinking Keith could play the father. Oh, Keith David. Keith Davis could play the father of the Gates, and Sean Butler could play his younger brother. I know, and it sucks, Jess. It really does. Have a good night, Alyssa. Have a good night, Susan. Thank you for joining. Nah, Jess. No, I was really sick yesterday. Have a good night, Susan. Have a good night, Lisa. Have a good night, Jonathan. Have a good night, Ronnie Ron. Have a good night, Blackmon. Have a good night, Quiet Guy. Justin says, join us next time for another Distant Assault chat with Albert Bostic. Thank you. Have a good night, Dolomedics. Have a good night, Autumn. Have a good night, Cherry Ice Cream. Have a good night, Tammy. Thank you, Susan. Have a good night, Laura B. Have a good night, Dolomedics. Have a good night, Solomon. Have a good night, Cherry Ice Cream. And you know who you are. I'm going to finally say good night to you. Good night. And I will see you in the next live stream. Laters. Have a good night, Autumn.